Well, the Diocese of Charleston has filed a lawsuit against the state of South Carolina. It is challenging an amendment which prohibits public funds from going to private schools. The state Supreme Court has blocked the governor's efforts to provide COVID relief funding to private schools and parents of private school students, citing the constitutional amendment. Joining us now is Jeff Jennings, attorney for the Liberty Justice Center, which is defending the Catholic schools. Jeff, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. For those who may not be familiar, can you quickly talk about the Blaine Amendment, the history of it, and also how it pertains to this case?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me on. The Blaine Amendments go all the way back to the late 1800s. They were born of bigotry towards Catholics. They were designed to prevent government funds from going to Catholic schools, and they're still being used today. In this case, it's being used to prevent COVID relief funds from going to private schools and Catholic schools in South Carolina, because the law has a discriminatory past towards Catholics, and also particularly in South Carolina towards African Americans as well, who attended private schools. We filed this case under the 14th Amendment to vindicate the right of equality. And then this case also forwards freedom of religion as well.
Yeah, and in addition to the Diocese of Charleston, I understand that South Carolina independent colleges and universities, which includes 5 historically black colleges and universities, is a co-plaintiff in this case. Can you talk about the significance of that and how all of these institutions are being impacted and the amount of COVID relief funding that's actually being withheld from them?
Right, yeah, so we have a very diverse coalition of clients in this case. I think it just really shows that freedom of religion really benefits a lot of different types of Americans, and same thing with equality under the law. There's millions of COVID relief funds that could be going towards these private schools here in South Carolina, around like 30 million. It's a lot of money. And if we're successful, the Blaine Amendment struck down, the money that Governor McMaster is already allocated to these private schools will be released, and all the working class families who attend these schools, a lot of the families who attend private schools in South Carolina are lower income, working class, and this money will be a huge help to the schools that are serving them.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people impacted financially by the pandemic over the past year. Jeff, what comes next in this case? And ultimately, what do you hope to achieve?
Yeah, so we filed a motion for a preliminary injunction. We're asking the federal district court judge to rule on this as quickly as possible so we can get the money released to the schools in this situation to help the families out as quickly as possible. So in this particular case, we're hoping to have the Blaine Amendment struck down, get the money to the working class families, help them out during these trying economic times that have been caused by government shutdowns and everything related to COVID. And more broadly, we're hoping that this will set a precedent that exposes the discrimination towards Catholics that Blaine Amendments represent. And hopefully this will carry over into other states that have Blaine Amendments as well.
Jeff, thank you so much for your time today, and please keep us posted on this case. Jeff Jennings, attorney for the Liberty Justice Center, which is defending the Catholic schools. Thank you again.
Thank you.